I gotta bang this out quick. I got a dentist appointment I need to suffer through in like an hour. Welcome back to Recaps by Chirpin DMV. This is episode 12. It's actually on time, so that's big for me. I'm back on track here. Covering the last two Capitals games. We got them playing the Flyers and the Devils. Some things I didn't mention in my last video. Nick Backstrom hit 700 assists and I didn't talk about it. Don't know how that slipped my mind, I guess because the Caps got shit pumped. But congrats to Nick Backstrom. This guy's been a stud for way too long in the league without getting that much recognition. In my opinion, the best playmaker in the league, so congrats to him. Hall of Fame for sure, no doubt about it. I know people are debating it. It's not a debate. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame. He's a complete stud, one of the best Swedish players of all time, one of my favorites of all time, so congrats Nick Backstrom. And also, since last video, Tom Wilson was given a 7-game suspension, so that's cool. I was talking about how I wasn't sure how I felt about it. Well, the league knows how they felt, and it's a 7-game suspension. I won't get too much into it. I think it's a little long, but what can you do? He's Tom Wilson. The league knows it. Everyone knows it. So whatever. They're without Wilson for 7 games. Hate to see it, but the league hates this guy. They just hate this guy. Anyways, let's get into game 1 here against the Flyers. Samsonov back in net, making his reappearance after his last game where he didn't look the best. Philly actually allowed some fans in the building for this one, so it's the first time the Caps have played in front of fans. Just sucks that it's Flyers fans because they throw bracelets in like batteries and stuff. Game starts. 10 minutes in, the Capitals don't even have a scoring chance yet. They're just kind of getting worked by the Flyers. Then the Flyers get a 2-on-1. Schultz takes the pass like any good D should, and Joel Farabee just kind of rips it 5-hole on Samsonov. This one was a tough one. It's a hard shot to read for sure. Farabee definitely didn't sell that he was going 5-hole, so you can excuse Samsonov. Schultz was taking the pass, so it's just a tough goal. Not too long after, Sherry takes a hooking call, but this was kind of a must-take penalty. This guy was cut into the net and he was going to get the puck, so shouldn't have been in that position, but he had to take the penalty. The Caps kill it off, and at this point have killed off 14 of the last 15 penalties they've taken, so the PK has been electric lately. 15 minutes in, the shots are 12-2 for the Flyers, so it's just a complete shooting gallery in the Capitals zone. Also, an insane stat popped up during this game that the Capitals power play at home is the best in the NHL. It's like 44%, and the second worst on the road is at like 9%, so that's insane. Then in the second period, there's not a whole lot happening. Chara takes a penalty, then Philly takes a tripping penalty like 5 seconds in. Then on the 4-on-4, Carlson accidentally whips the puck out of the zone, so we got a delay a game penalty. Chara gets out of the box and has a 2-on-1 with Jensen, which will never happen again and is just crazy to think about. Puck goes the other way, Sammy makes a huge save immediately after. Then Oshie just completely fools Philadelphia, the entire city, not just the team. He has the puck at the blue line, fakes out 2 guys. They both go chasing and miss him. Hooks down low to the hash mark. Whips the puck cross ice to Ovechkin, who buries it. Nice to see him get back on the board. Caps have tied the game. Just an elite play by Oshie, and obviously Ovechkin, if he's going to get the puck there, he's probably going to bury it on a one-timer. Heard he scored a few of those before. So just an all-around sick play. Then some nice passing from John Carlson at the end of the second. Moves the puck over to Orlov, who puts it 5-hole with like 15 seconds left in the second. That's a big time to score a goal. That's a huge momentum swing for the Capitals. They go up 2-1 in the second period after their abysmal first. How's that? Abysmal. That's a pretty smart word. And the Caps carry a 2-1 lead going into the third period. Then early in the third, Chara blows up Joel Farabee. JVR comes in to try and defend him, and while they're taken out of commission, Backstrom feeds it over to Jensen, who scores. And I didn't know this at the time, but it was Jensen's first goal as a Capital. He's played like 166 games. So congrats to Nick Jensen. This guy's actually been playing lights out lately. Just becoming a perfect third pairing defenseman for the Capitals. He was never bad, but he's just gotten even better. The Flyers pull their goalie with 4 minutes left, which is just so much time, and somehow the Capitals can't bury. But they are able to hold off the 6 attackers for the 4 minutes. Capitals take this one 3-1. Samsonov looked real good after a weaker game that he had against New Jersey not too long ago. He made like 36 saves in this one, only allowing 1 goal. So that's a good sign for him and for the team that they have Samsonov playing like that. Granted, it's only 1 game, but still, he just looked a lot more confident. This was also just a big win because everyone's been talking about how the Capitals have only beaten the bad teams, which is Buffalo and the Devils, obviously. So this was a good one against a good Philly team. Just a weak first period, but a really strong final 2 periods to close it out. Only allowing 1 goal is big, considering they allowed 5 against Boston, and their defense has not been the best this season. Anyways, we got game 2 here against the Devils. Second game without Tom Wilson. We also got Vitek back in the net. Also Jensen's 300th game, so good for that guy. That's a lot of games to play in the NHL. It's not easy playing 300 in the big league, so good for Jensen. So halfway through the first period, the Capitals get a power play, but then Sprong trips Jack Hughes, and that eliminates that power play. Sweet. But then later the Capitals get another power play. Oshie just sets up in that bumper position. Schultz rips it on net. Tipped in by Oshie, obviously. This guy's hand-eye is lights out good. And the Capitals take an early 1-0 lead. Oshie has 9 points in his last 9 games. This guy's clicking right now. Maybe it's because that Duncan bubble hockey commercial's on now all the time with him in it. Speaking of bubble hockey, Schultz finally lost that bubble on his face. He had it for like longer than the Capitals were in the bubble during the playoffs.
Boom. Roasted.
Then Orlov gets a puck in the slot, kind of throws a weak backhand on net, but it almost fools Scott Wedgwood. Yeah, the Devils have Scott Wedgwood and Mackenzie Blackwood. That's kind of crazy. But also this Wedgwood guy has just been apparently so good against the Capitals. So good to get one early on him, I guess, because apparently this guy just is a capital killer. Then Eller and Subban, former Montreal Canadiens, kind of mix it up. They both go to the box. Kind of random. Must be some past tension there, but the Tiger mixing it up. Love to see it. On 4-on-4, the Capitals put on a hockey clinic. They just circle the Devils, making these gross passes through legs, through sticks, just tape to tape every time. Feet are moving, which is rare for them. You know, on the power play, they're always standing still. We got feet moving, tiring out the Devils. Eventually, John Carlson collects it, does a little button hook in the corner, feeds it over to Vrana, who snipes it on the one-timer. Vrana's another guy who's been buzzing a lot lately. He doesn't get the most ice time, and that's a big problem right now. He only played like 12 minutes in this game. He was also benched for most of the third period after a weak line change on a goal, but this guy is just a good player. He makes the most of his ice time, that's for sure. This is also John Carlson's 499th point, so just one shy of 500. That is absolutely no joke. 500 points on the back end, and 500 points in less than 10 years in the NHL, that's pretty elite. Then after that goal, Ovechkin gets a good chance on an Oshie pass, but he can't score, unfortunately. And then Sprong gets sprung. That's wordplay. That's good wordplay, actually. For a 2-on-1 with Ovechkin. Looks him off. Snipes it short side. This guy turns around and immediately apologizes to Ovechkin because, like, who has the chops to look off Ovechkin on a 2-on-1? Arguably the greatest, not arguably, but arguably the greatest goal scorer of all time. Looking him off, firing it on net and scoring. That takes balls. That takes a lot of chops. Especially it's some guy who's like in and out of the lineup, just looking off Ovi. This guy's trying to make a case for himself here. I'm surprised he still has a job, honestly. Then, not too long after, Capitals are dominating. Capitals have been dominating the entire second period. Maybe their best period of the entire league. Good one. Capitals are absolutely dominating the second period, arguably their best second period of the entire season. But then it's just a miscue behind the net. Vanacek, who's really not that good at playing the puck, goes behind the net, gets tangled up with Backstrom, puck gets thrown out in front, Devils score. It's a 3-1 game now. But then, again, not too long after, Dick Panik collects a loose puck and just inside the Devils' blue line. Just as a light backhand saucer pass over to Orlov, who just rips this thing far side. What a snipe by Orlov. This guy's been picking up his play lately, looking real good, looking like the Orlov we're used to. So you love to see that. Capitals are up 4-1. That's a good game. I bet they close it out pretty solid too. Early in the third, Caps take a tripping penalty. It's Garner Hathaway. They're able to kill it off. Vitek makes a huge save on Damon Severson. He's just all alone in front. Vitek gets real aggressive like he likes to do, makes the big save. Then Miles Woods buzzing down the left side. He gets a puck fed to him. He snipes it past Vitek. It's an unreal shot. Just a big miscommunication here on who's covering who, and it's a 4-2 game. If you're a Capitals fan, you know what that means, that even though the Capitals look dominant, there is a complete chance they blow this game. It's happened a lot. Not too long after, the Capitals take another penalty and the Devils score another one. It's 4-3. How? You were just running their show in the second period. It's also the Devils. We got a 4-3 game now. And then it happens. The Devils tie the game. Damon Severson just shoots it from the point. Hello? Yep. Yeah, I can do that. Oh, no, it's okay. Yeah, no, I appreciate it. No, it's all good. Thank you. Awesome, sounds good. Bye, thanks. I was the dentist. My appointment was pushed back, so I don't need to bang this out quite as fast. Anyways, Damon Severson just shoots it from the point, ties it. Didn't even look like the Capitals were skating that hard. It was just, maybe they were tired. I think Ovechkin was out there just caught not trying. Basically, just caught tired. Devils take advantage of them. I don't know what happened in this third period. Like, obviously, Capitals had a good period. The Devils had a good period. That's how hockey goes sometimes. Just against the Devils, it's nice if you don't blow 3-goal leads if you can. Anyways, this one's going to overtime, which is just bananas. If someone told me that in the second period, I would have laughed in their face because that's crazy. Not too long into the overtime, Kuznetsov feeds it up to Vrana. Vrana just power move around the D, snipes it. He's got a second of the game, 10th of the season. Capitals win 5-4, thank God. Handed away a point, but thank God they kept that extra one for themselves. Capitals win their last 2. Last one was a bit of a nail biter, but still 4 of 4 points, that's good. Things of note, like I said, Vrana not playing a lot. I've seen a few articles written about it. This guy's just not getting a ton of ice time. He's getting like the same ice time as Carl Hagelin. And this is not to just single out Carl Hagelin, not like he's playing bad, but Vrana is tied, my other thing of note, Vrana is tied on the team with 10 goals. All of his are at even strength also. I also saw today that he has the most points. I think he has 18 points now. He has the most points in the league with the least amount of ice time. So this guy is just so efficient. You have to think if he's getting more ice time, he's getting even more points. So hopefully something can be done about that. Another thing of note, the Capitals are still doing that thing they did last season where they play 40 minutes of a game. The last 2 games, they played 80 minutes of solid hockey. But the first period in the Flyers game was a mess, and the third period in the Devils game was a mess. So they just got to figure out a way to play a full 60. I know they got an older team, but like, come on, they're professional athletes. Their old players are all pretty good players, so I know they can do it. It's important to play a full 60, especially when playoffs come around, so hopefully they can figure that out, you know, starting on time and making sure they have their legs all the way through to the third period, like in this Devils game where they didn't. But anyways, that's it for this one. I think the Capitals have the Flyers for the next 2 games, so we'll be watching that. I'll be recapping that. Hopefully you listened to the podcast that came out yesterday. We interviewed Tarek El-Bashir of The Athletic. Sorry if I butchered your name, but he was an unreal interview, just a good guy. Has a lot more information on the Capitals than I do, obviously, so give that a listen. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next recap. I'm going to go get my teeth just abused by the dentist. So thanks for watching. Peace out.